All right, here it comes.
Okay.
This is on your
Yeah,
uh
I know. I see it.
oh already?
We're live.
We're live already?
Yes, that's what I love about this thing.
Yeah, well, it moves so fast. I don't even see there it is over there.
Mhm.
All right. What's up? What's up? All right. So Coach Khayr, Team Charles, Atlanta, Georgia.
Jasmine Atten, Mystic at the Crossroads, Team Pisces, West LA, baby.
And this ain't a makeover, this is a takeover. You know, I'm over here now, took over the Otten spot for the second. Once again. And tonight we really excited because we have a big ass. Oh yeah, if you're in the chat room, please announce yourself. What up? Alaska's in the building. Reedy, Renasha. What is your team zodiac and what city and state you represent? So tonight we are getting ready for this huge last class of the year for newbies and
Mhm.
for the more experienced ones who want to get a review of astrology and magic. We've done 15 classes. In this last class of 2019, we want to go and just get super down to the basics and kind of change the format a little bit of the class and really teach, really go fundamentals, basics, and principles tomorrow night. And Jasmine was like, yeah, I got to tell you about such and such. Let me talk about the curriculum for tomorrow night. And I was like, oh, look at the teacher coming out. Look at the Saraswati in the building. So I was like, why don't you just tell me why you tell everybody else at the same time? Because one of your followers tried to say that they watched a video and then came to class and was like, you didn't give me. So now you ain't gonna have that problem. You ain't gonna be able to say that no more because we're gonna tell you what we're teaching tomorrow because we're deciding right now. We've already decided, but Jasmine says she has some ideas. So this is kind of like the brain session that we go through off air, but now we're just bringing it to y'all. And if y'all got suggestions, we definitely will take some suggestions. So how do y'all, if y'all cool with that, listen in to our mastermind session tonight, please press 8. If you cool with listening to the mastermind session, press 8. And then if you got some suggestions, then put it in the box. But first off, let's see how we're gonna get that going. I see Mooresville, Capricorn, Team Aquarius, and Fort Lauderdale, Team Gemini Sun.
Oh,
Okay.
I see the chat with everybody joining. This is awesome. I love these. I like these where are we? We're on YouTube. I think I like these YouTube lives. I don't know. I like them a lot, maybe even more than the Facebook lives.
I know because you have more people over here. All of your folks are over here on YouTube. I also want to say, I said I was too accessible. I finally had a brother call me and was like, I paid for the class yesterday, but I didn't get my full login information. When are you going to send that out? So before we even address that, if you pay $26 or if you pay $26 and you don't get your login information, you didn't log in far enough. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go and um, pull the screen. Oh, this is so wonderful because now I get to share the screen and show y'all what you need to look at. So this is be very clear. When you pay, you have to complete the registration, right? And when you complete the registration, you're going to see a blue page that looks like what I'm about to show you. So, the brother was like, so what are we, what am I going to do? Like, when are y'all going to send it out? I was like, you ain't finished registering. But he didn't have no chaotic energy. And so I was so happy about that. That made me like ecstatic. So when you pay, you're going to see this page. Jasmine, can you see the page?
Absolutely.
And there's a button that says complete your registration. So if you don't click this button that says complete your registration, you will not be completely registered. So this is very important. So you're going to get a private email, right? So if I hit this button and look, it says class number 16 for for newbies, right? Who's hold a webinar, all of that. So boom, if I hit complete my registration, then you're gonna get this, the time, put all your stuff in. As a matter of fact, I go ahead and drop Coach Khayr in the building, put your phone number, bam, now I'm registered. Now when you get this page, congratulations, you've been registered. We don't have this password right here. It's computer generated. Jasmine doesn't have it. I don't have it. So then when you have this page, you're all the way in. Okay, so now we done handle business. We done got that out the way. Thank y'all so much. Yes, it's $26 per class, until the new year, because we don't know what we're doing, because we've been enlightened about some things. Okay, so the price, and it's things could happen. It definitely won't go back down. Now, all the replays of the prior 15 classes are on selfdiscoveryclass.info. Self-discovery class info is where you sign up and where you get all the replays. If you have relationship issues and before you even come for coaching, you should go take classes 10, 11, and 12. Okay, everybody on here, don't care where you at, go back and take classes 10, 11, and 12. And the replays are the same. If you don't hit the complete registration, you will not be sent it automatically. Now, but if you have a problem, you can email info.coachkhayr@gmail. info@coachkhayr@gmail. And then we got a phone number too. Gabrielle got a phone number, a 678 number on here. And I'll put it, 678-310-3164. 678-310-3164. That is our customer service number. We have a customer service number now.
Mm-hmm. But
okay.
That's customer service numbers only if you're having an issue with the classes.
Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing
yeah.
else. That's all. That's all that number is for if you have a problem signing up with the replay, or just getting your regular stuff on. Hold on, let me get my joint together. All right, now, Jasmine, you got some ideas about tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow?
I do. Thank you so much for all of that. You make this so easy, Khayr. I appreciate you. Yes. So
have more fun
for tomorrow. So for a lot of people, I think a lot of people weren't used to our teaching style and the way our form was set up, where it's a student-led class, meaning you come in, you ask us the questions about where you are, what you need to do to get to where you want to be, and we give you a ritual, recipe, or a reading. That was last week's class, and that's what we've been doing from class number 1 to class number 16. Come in, ask the questions. Khayr is the mastermind when it comes to astrology. I am the queen of candle magic, and together we give you a game plan. For a lot of you newbies, I understand sometimes you don't know what questions you're supposed to ask. How do you ask a question of something you've never explored before? So tomorrow's class is going to be a little bit different. What I would like to do is, Khayr, and like I was telling you on the phone, I would like to spend the first maybe 30 to 45 minutes breaking down the basics, breaking down the fundamentals. We're going all the way back to elementary school level of what is magic? How does working with energy, how do you manipulate that energy in order to attract the abundance, the love, the luck, the prosperity, whatever it is that you want? How is it a simple candle? And this is something that someone sent me an inbox message and said, how can you tell me lighting a candle is going to make money show up in my bank account? How is lighting a candle going to change my life? How can I get a job by speaking my intentions over a candle? And it's energy. So the first thing I want to do is break down for those of you how energy works.
Wait, pause, because I want to help them with the story, because a lot of new people come. So I want to explain a part of she's absolutely right, but I want to go down into a little more Virgo rising detail of the story she just told. So the reason why we started with just Q&A is because people have so many questions in Let's Talk Magic. So if you're on this channel, we have a Facebook group that Jasmine really didn't believe in when I told her to do it. And last year it had 7,000 people, and this year it's got 19,000 people, continually growing. And there's so many questions, she can't possibly get to all of them. And I was like, let's have a webinar series where they just get to come ask their questions, because they're going to YouTube and watching somebody, but the YouTube can't talk back. So if we have a designated time where they could come to class and you just ask all of your questions and exhaust yourself, we just answer it. We just answer it. You just answer. But then we realized there was a certain audience that don't know what to ask. So some people like kind of had all these questions, but we realized that they were really confused too. You know what I'm saying? And then we had people who were not even at like blue belt. So maybe you got some yellow, you got white belt, yellow belt, blue belt. So there was some no belts in the room that was like, I don't even know what to ask or why should I be asking. And then there were some yellow belts who had tried some things on their own, but weren't having success, but they needed to know what we're teaching tomorrow. So like this class tomorrow probably could have been class one. It's like Star Wars. Like he started in the middle, then went forward, then went all the way back to the beginning. Now they got a show with Yoda being a baby. But when Yoda shows up, he already 850 years old. So that's how this class came. The first classes, we wanted to answer all your questions. But then we started talking, we was like, yo, people asking questions, they don't even know the basics. That's why, because we was like, why aren't people asking more ritual questions about XYZ? And it was because of just what Jasmine is about to describe now. A lot of you didn't know your basics. And the same holds to astrology. We were answering all these astrology questions, but y'all didn't know y'all fundamentals. So tomorrow's class is going to be a fundamental. Now, Jasmine, go back into pick it up from there.
So yeah, it's difficult. It's like learning a new language. It's like learning anything new. You don't know what to ask if you don't know. So what I want to start off with first and foremost is just the simple, what is energy? What is a spell? What is a ritual? What are the significance of sitting in front of the candle, repeating an affirmation or incantation? What is the significance and the difference of handwriting a petition versus just speaking out loud? How does this candle, and you guys, if you guys haven't seen it yet, go look at my video, What No One Will Tell You About How Candle Magic Really Works. I suggest everybody that's coming tomorrow, watch that video tonight, because that's kind of the first snippet, but that's going to help you understand more things for tomorrow's class. What is the significance of the wick inside of the candle? Why is it encased in glass? What does the double action have to do? Why is it burned all the way down completely? I also want to cover very briefly the different colors of candles and how they signify and why you might pick one versus the other. A lot of people don't know that you can burn a red money candle instead of a green one. And if those don't work, try a yellow candle. What would be the difference? So that's one place that I want to start with. Two, I also want to go over a little bit about how to perfect your petitions, because a lot of people are writing petitions wrong, and you're not getting any results because of the way you're wording them, because of the things that you're asking for. I had a guy stress over the tiniest little, he said, should I write my petitioner in the morning or at night? Just write it. But there are some ways of doing things that are going to play a part in the results that you get. Are you doing cleansing work before you go into your candles? Meaning you can't come home after working an 8-hour shift, picking up the kids, doing laundry and cooking dinner, then go sit in your bedroom in front of your altar and do a ritual and think it's going to work. Your mind isn't centered. You have energy on you from the day. So do you do your cleansing before your spiritual work? Do you do your protection work? Do you cast a circle of protection? So those are the ground, very kind of elementary level, and just understanding how this process of performing your rituals actually goes to work behind the scenes. Like I always say, when you do candle magic or any type of ritual, it's like ordering a product from Amazon. You place your order, you wait for it to happen. It's like going to the movies. Everybody shows up to the theater and watches the finished product. No one remembers what goes on, the production, the editing, the casting, the long hours that the actors had to work. And that's your spiritual team working behind the scenes of the movie of your life. So once you understand and grasp how that really plays out, a lot of you will have better results. One, because you won't be so anxious. Two, for me, I'm the type of person, I'm a hands-on person. You can tell me something 50 times. I need you to physically put it in my hands, let me touch it and play with it and manipulate it. I got to work on it. I have to figure it out myself. I am a hands-on learner. So for those of you that are Googling and reading books and you're watching videos, I've watched hundreds of videos of YouTube practitioners. Nobody has ever explained how candle magic really works. So that's the most important. On top of that, the significance of the days of the week. How do the planetary alignments come into play? How does your astrological makeup come into play? That, all of that combined into one will help you be more successful moving forward. I also want to touch on a little bit about, why do you put oil in a candle? Why do we put dry herbs in a candle? What is that? What does that do? How does that empower the candle? Why is it important to understand how to combine certain ingredients together and the significance? So those are some of the things that I want to go over. Khayr, how do you feel about that? I feel like that's basically 1, 2, 3 to get anybody going on their spiritual journey.
Even while I was incentivized to do this class is just like business. See, I'm setting everybody up to be an entrepreneur. If you go back, what's the true American Horror Story with Angela Bassett?
Coven.
The Coven. The last 2 episodes, what were they doing? Who were they doing magic? Who was the magic against? The corporations. It was a corporation that was using sorcery to get paid, and they had to get rid of the street witches, you know what I'm saying, which was Angela Bassett and then white women. They even had to come together to go against the big joint. So what they were showing you is everybody's using magic, but I can't tell you to, here's an entrepreneurial magic class and you don't know your basics. So we never really went into entrepreneur and branding and domain names and how to get conversions and traffic and leads and stuff like that, because it won't make sense if you don't know your basics. Microphone is picking up all of that movement you're doing, Jasmine.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. Yeah. Anyway.
Sit still for a second. So I always say a good hustler is a great businessman, and a good businessman is a great hustler. So I transfer that over into the spiritual realm. I say a good astrologer can be a great magician, and a good magician can be a great astrologer. But they're supposed to go together like red and white blood cells. A lot of y'all are just using red blood cells. And then some of you are trying to use only white blood cells. They have 2 different functions.
Right.
There's not one human on the planet that's only got one of those blood cells. What is the DNA? It's 2 strand. There are no single strand DNAs, right? So you hear people like, oh, in my own life and my own business, I was already a dope astrologer. That's what I was, was attracted to first. But when I got into candle magic and water magic and all this other type of stuff, elementals and spells and ritual, and mixed it with the astrology, it just went crazy. Jasmine raised up with magic. Then when she started dabbling and adding in a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and whipping it good with some astrology, so we are like, why wait? Why wait? You don't have to study magic for 20 years and then come and start studying astrology for 20 years and then put it together. If you go ahead and put it together off the gate in the correct synthesis, this class is really a synthesis class. But if we advertise it's a synthesis, people, that may go over your head. So we're trying to keep it simple. But when we say astrology and magic and witchcraft, this is a synthesizing class of how to make them flow together so you can get faster results. Now, somebody over here was like, I'm an Aries and I crave more information. That's cool, but try to keep that down. Like, love it, but if you crave information, you will tend to skip steps. Because when you get to where we're at, you're going to realize that the basics is really where it's at. You're going to go all the way around to do all this other stuff. But then when they come back to creating a ritual for yourself and for your family, you're going back to the basics. So
And you know what also, not to cut you off, that I find the most simplest rituals that I have done have been the most effective, but people tend to overthink it. They worry, should the paper have lines on it or no lines? Should I write it at 9 o'clock in the morning, or do I write my petition at 3 o'clock? Should I go outside? It's like you're moving too fast. Keep it simple. Some people worry too much about how to do the ritual than actually doing the ritual properly and getting the results that they want.
somebody asked, I missed the majority. Will this be able to look at it again? Yes, you will be able to look at it again. What you should do is hit the bell below. So Jasmine will, a bell will ring on your phone when Jasmine
Mm-hmm.
uploads a video and you subscribe to her channel. So then you'll know, when stuff is popping off, right? So, yeah, when you move to, oh, and then there's these misconceptions. That's a lot. That's another reason too. We're doing this class because it's costing me too much time to correct your error. And y'all out here moving with dynamite going the wrong way. So like the sister said, she said, I'm a water sign, so I need to learn water magic. What you just told me is you really don't, like, you're parroting, you're repeating what somebody
Mm-hmm.
told you,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
that's your sun sign. Your sun.
Not only that, elemental magic, that's something else we're going to talk about. Elemental magic, water magic is probably the second to last slowest type of magic to use to manifest. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Water is the second to last type of element. If you want slow results, go ahead and do some water magic. There are specific spells and rituals that you do utilizing water, going out to the ocean. There are certain spells you use incense for. There are certain spells you bury things in the earth for. And there are certain things that you use candles for. And you want to know why candle magic is so popular? Why everybody burns candles? Because it's what produces the fastest results. So saying I'm going to learn water magic or earth magic because I'm a water sign or zodiac sign, you're going to be sitting around a long time waiting for something to happen.
And you still out of pocket. So I'm going to give you a lesson that I'm going to drill tomorrow. Because after Jasmine goes, then I'm going to go. So Jasmine's going to get her little 30, 45 minutes in. I'm going to get my 30 and 45 minutes in, because you don't even know what house your son is in. You don't even,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sick and tired. How many of you, please press 5 if this has been you. I go somewhere and I say, I'm a professional astrologer. And you know what? First thing people say to me, my sun's in Taurus, my moon's in Libra, and my rising sign is Virgo. Jasmine, do you know what is in my mind when I hear this?
Yeah, kind of.
What do you think I'm thinking when I hear this? And press
One,
5. Hold on, press 5, everybody. If this is you, if you've done this before and you sit here and you're so proud of your rising sign and your moon sign and your sun sign, please press 5. But go ahead, Jasmine. What am I thinking when the person tells me that?
well, one, that they're misinformed, and two, they don't know they don't know which houses those signs are in, and their rising sign probably is incorrect.
Those not even my first thoughts. I have all those thoughts, but I'm full of disgust, because the first question I could ask them is, what does that mean? And none of
Mm-hmm.
them know. None of them know. They're just trying to have conversation. Look at all them fives. Look at all them fives. They don't know. So why are you telling me? Why are you telling me if you don't know what it means? And then also, the second thing is telling me is, wherever you got it from, they did a poor job. They did a good job of swindling you out of your money if you paid for it. And they did a terrible job of explaining to a point where now you can come and explain to me, what's my rising sign? What's my moon sign? What does it mean? And what house is it in? Because a Libra moon in the first house and a Libra moon in the seventh house mean two different things. A Libra moon in this third house and the Libra moon in the 12th house mean two different things. So I be wanting people to put their hand in their mouth and be like, please shut up. Please don't. Let's have a conversation about something, or ask me, say, what does this mean? Because they don't say, I know this, and then they just keep talking. And I'll be like, do you know what that means? Or I say, where's your Mercury at? But anyway, I digress. This is a chart. This is a three-dimensional chart. If you get a reading from me in Atlanta and you come and we do it in person, this is what I use. I do most of my readings over the telephone. 95% of my clientele is around the world. Okay, South Africa, UK, everywhere. I'm very blessed. But this is this is my baby at the crib because it's so much faster for me to explain, right? So your sun sign, the sun is, let's say this person was a Cancer. So we put the sun in Cancer, right? But look at all these other planets that are going on here. You are not the sun. Can I get everybody to type that? You are not the sun. You are in the center of the chart. If you really want to get this astrology game down, if you don't know that you're at the center of your universe and this thing is rotating around you, then stop talking. Also, stop spending money with astrologers who don't tell you that. I'm trying to get you to stop getting jerked. Mm-hmm. I'm a businessman. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to empower you. I don't need you to come get a reading from me. I'm about to retire. I ain't even tripping. I got a whole course where you can learn to do it. I will teach you how to learn, do astrology, and be a professional astrologer, charge for it, set up your website. I show you how to do the whole business model because I want to move to something else now. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to take this and put it in the cut for just me and my family. And then my readings will probably go up exponentially to like, I don't know, $500 or $1,000. But anybody can do an astrology reading who knows the basics and be able to be like, yo, I could charge $100 for a reading. Stop getting these little $20 readings and these little $11.11 readings and stuff like that. When they're not going to tell you it's 11:11, so we're going to do one for 11 minutes for $11.11. That shows that the practitioners don't even value their time. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. You can get 11 minutes for $111. How about that? That shows you how much I value. It's $10 a minute. That's how I feel. You understand? So that's how you got to feel about yourself. So you are in the center of your chart. So quit talking about just because your sun is in a water sign, your north node may be in a fire sign. So you may need to learn more fire magic, even though you're a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But what if your north node, what if your spiritual destiny is in Capricorn, and now you're talking about, I want to learn water magic, when you should have been focusing on you. See, that's the thing. You really don't know what you need to focus on until you know how your entire chart synthesizes. That's why we're trying to put it together. When you know the basics of the chart from me, then you go to Jasmine and say, okay, I need XYZ. Let me get fine tooth. Let me become a specialist. Would you rather be a general practitioner, or would you like to be a heart surgeon or a brain surgeon? Jasmine, who makes more, the brain surgeon or the general practitioner?
The brain surgeon.
All day. Mm-hmm. So when you raise your skill level up, when you synthesize astrology and magic, then you really popping. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little thing on that. So Jasmine is going to go first, and I'm going to be taking notes like I don't have nothing else to do. I'm going to be raising my hand. I'm going to be monitoring the chat room, and I'm going to be taking notes myself, even though it's recorded. And for those of you who are newbies, each class is recorded and you get the replay afterwards. You get the replay afterwards. And if you missed the live class, but you paid for it, you'll get the replay. You'll get a live, you get a version that's on the webinar platform, and then you'll also get a YouTube replay as well, so you can fast forward or rewind, right? And then if you just missed this, let's say today's Wednesday, class is Thursday, but somebody doesn't watch this video until Saturday. Hi, it's Saturday and you missed it. We're 2 days late. You can still go to the same website, but the class is $35. This class is going to be worth about $3,500, maybe $10,000, because it's fundamentals. It's fundamentals. It's fundamentals. This is the underwear class. Don't you put your bra and panties on before you put on a sweatshirt?
Yes.
A lot of
And
y'all, go ahead.
let's not forget to remind them that even if you don't catch the live class and you watch the replay, you can still submit your questions and they come to our email after the fact. And we will email you back. We also have a Facebook group specifically for those that show up to class. So you can post your questions in there. You can tag us in certain things. I have never and I've taken multiple webinars. I've never taken webinars that I get the replay, that I can still contact the teacher, even if I watch the replay 3 days later, and I'm in a private Facebook group where I have access to post my questions and get one-on-one feedback from them directly. Most webinars, you show up, you listen to somebody throw a bunch of information at you for 3 hours, and then you can't reach them again unless you take another class from them.
You still keep access to us, and you got access to everybody who was serious enough to put some skin in the game. That's why I don't do this for free, because like somebody said, we need a moderator for the trolls. I don't worry about the trolls, because if they're gonna pay $26, they're gonna be paying attention. So we put, and 2 and 6 is 8, which is another magical number. So all the stuff that I set up is around the number 8. You see what I'm saying? It's affordable. It's actually too cheap. There's a lot of people who won't take this class because it is too cheap. So and it's not that, it's a mindset thing. Some people are like, oh, it's only $26, then I don't want it. But then some people are like, oh, it's $26, I'm on it. But if you're a numerologist and you see the 2-6, or if you're X5, or if you're a 5%er, Nation of Gods and Earths, and you see wisdom, equality, all being born to build and destroy, you'll really get the math on what we're doing, but I ain't really going into all that. And that's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. But those who know, they know. So
well, I'm
ahead.
excited. This is the last class of this year, and there's a lot of work that goes behind these classes. So, I don't know, Khair, you and I talk about a little bit more about if we're even going to come back in January to do another set of classes for 2020, or if this is going to be a wrap.
Well, right now, I'm just like the boys out of Lamar Jackson playing football. I'm not focused on the Super Bowl right now. I'm just focused on winning one game at a time. All of my attention is on Thursday's class right now. And that's a lot of people's problems, is they are too far out. They're too far out ahead looking at other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they're not paying attention, and their awareness is not in like right now. So somebody was asking, where do they register for classes? Because they just got here. I am constantly retyping it over here. So you register for classes at selfdiscoveryclass.info, and it's $26 for each class. I think that's the trick question sometimes when people be like, is it each class? Are you serious? Like, our classes is like 2 hours, 3 hours long for only $26, and you in a group setting. It's an individual class in a group setting where somebody else may answer your question, versus you may just be sit there and then you might get inspired by what somebody else says. But I'm telling you, y'all are not using the group right, not just for asking us questions. Y'all not networking amongst one another. Now you're like, yo, we got the same teacher. We should be using this information on a business deal. Like, one of y'all grow weed and the other one of y'all make facial cream. Okay, well, let's make a CBD infused facial cream and use astrology and the candles or the water or whatever at my altar to make money. Like, let me show you, like, since I'm gonna show you how I'm not playing. This is what I'm looking at over here on another one of my screens right now.
Ooh, are those the candles?
This is real candle magic. Look at that. This is Ethereum. I'm checking out this Ethereum right now. No, this is Bitcoin. And then I'm also peeping out my Ethereum. So y'all sitting up here talking about cryptocurrency don't work, but they using candle magic. These are candles. These right here, all this right here are candles. So if I take that and open that up, all these are candles. This is what makes the world go round, player. these candles, these red and green candles is what making the world go round. When these red candles are going down, like what does that mean? And what happens when these green candles are doing something? You see that? Like this is telling you something the same way Jasmine is looking at a candle and they're like, well, what does this mean when the top is burned black or it went out this way? You know what I'm saying? So, and then why do I have this section? You know, why did I put this in a square? Like, what is that? Why did I put this in a, like, why did I put these two lines above and below this thing? What does it mean for it to be moving sideways? You know, and why the hell is he got a positive $17,760 right there? Because I'm not playing no games with y'all. And I'm not even really proficient like I need to be. We had a whole class about learning how to read candles from a cat, Clint Eastman. This dude making 40 grand a day. And putting him, and he uses astrology.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, now y'all done got me on this, but this cat right here, W.D. Gann, this is the world's greatest trader, stock market trader, and he was an astrologer. He was also, yeah. Look at that. Astro cycles and speculative markets. We're really not playing with y'all. We're really trying to get y'all to be, please get up on this science, right? So where's my, stop sharing that and get back to it. Okay, I know it's late on my
Yes.
end, and we still have to do an Instagram real quick. Well, yeah, because you ain't gonna get up early as I want you to get up. Oh, and now somebody says, where do we order your 2020 candle from? Because they saw the video earlier, and y'all broke the internet. So Jasmine's site couldn't handle the traffic because she still does some things by herself that, you know, she want to learn the hard way sometimes. And I keep telling her to do other stuff, and I just be like, all right, site. I don't know if it'll be back up tonight.
It's up.
Oh, it's up now?
It's already up. Yeah, it was really funny. So as soon as I put up the video, people started going, and then the whole thing crashed. But the 2020 candles are still available. They are on my website at oneritualaway.com. You got to go under the tab that says shop. They are limited edition. As you guys know, they're only available in the month of December. I do have a handful of them left, so you want to get your orders in. Anybody who places an order tonight, orders will be going out at some point tomorrow and Friday. I'm doing my best to make sure that everybody gets their orders on time. They are sent with priority 2-day shipping. They are $33 each. That does include the shipping price. You will receive a tracking number via email. Once I process your order in the system, the tracking number will come directly from the post office. The candles are dressed and prepared with money drawing oil, some herbs, some oils, some shredded money, and some other botanicals. We will also, if somebody asks tomorrow during class, I will also go into the significance of working with the 2020 candles, why you want to work with them. Each candle, and I'm doing something very different this year, is I'm including a bottle of anointing oil to put in your candle and carry and wear with you. So
how much is that? 150?
It should be. It should be, because you're getting a candle and a bottle of oil together, and the bottle of oils by themselves are $20, and I'm going ahead and including it including it with the candle for everybody who places an order. I will probably only have candles available up until this Friday, and then
how much are you get? How much they getting all that for?
These are $33. Don't walk away. I'm trying to help the people out now. I just love him. Yeah, so limited time, limited supply, and by Friday afternoon I will probably be sold out, and that will be it until next year.
So for those of you who came on here at the very beginning, you know, y'all got to watch me and Jasmine do a strategy session together. Y'all about to see us get into an argument about her prices, like I will do. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to light me another incense. You know, I'm gonna make me something that's calming. Do you have one of these? This is where the incense like cascades down. So I'm about to light me old incense. I 1,000,000% do not agree with no $33 for no damn 2020 candle from Jasmine with some money oil. I think that's some real bullshit. That should be at least $50 for the whole thing, but that's what she gonna do. You got a week to do it, and coach, I don't care. I don't care. Like the results that you're gonna get, because you can put the white jar beside it with the olive oil and the rice and beans to speed up to multiply that. So I'm just really, I don't really, like it ain't about affordable all the time. You know what I'm saying? And hooking people up. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all paying for weed and paying for weave and paying for Jordans and all this other type of stuff where, but you want to invest the least amount. Somebody was like, "Can I get some cheap candles?" For what? I tell you what, this is what Dr. Gibson says. A cheap sword breaks the fastest in war.
Woo.
You go into war with a cheap sword, and this other person is out here with a very expensive sword and some real steel. What you gonna do? How you gonna get a win in? You're gonna get your head chopped off. You ain't gonna be able to protect your family. You ain't gonna be able to protect yourself. And that's why a lot of y'all keep you keep looking for so many shortcuts. You keep looking for, I understand that everybody doesn't have it, but I'm talking about when you do have it, you make a decision to go put it on something else versus what you really need to be investing in to get a high ROI, which is return on investment. But excuse me for preaching tonight, my bad.
No, it's all good. It is all good. Okay. All right, Kair. I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be up all night preparing for tomorrow, getting the rest of these orders out to my peoples. Any final thoughts?
The website, I'm answering the questions. They said the website for the candles is oneritualaway.com. And you go look up under candles. Is that right, Jasmine?
You hit the tab for shop, and then it should be the first one that comes up under candles.
And then somebody asked me, how do they do a consultation with me? So I'm going to take you a little faster. I really don't want to just do a natal chart and sit down and explain that to you. I can, but I'd like for you to understand how to do your natal chart and come away with a strategy that you can start implementing immediately. So when you get a session from me, you're going to have homework. You're going to create something called your Bible, which is called the Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. I'm going to show you how to produce something that's yours, that you will know what you're looking at, because you're going to get more readings. But I want you to, when you leave from me, that you won't be able to be swindled by a lot of these other astrologers out here. And if you do not have the right birth time, or you don't have a birth time, don't sweat the technique. And if you, because that's what I do as a professional. It's a couple of other people out here who know how to do it, but very few. But if you go to an astrologer and you don't know your birth time, and they just put in 12 o'clock and give you a reading, you just got jerked. They just hit you off with that. They just hit you off like that right there. No Vaseline, right? So don't fall for that. And yes, I do have a lot of people, because I say, oh, I'll do a chart rectification and get your birth time for free, but I got more people who paying me to do a full chart than I have time to do free chart rectifications. So I was thinking maybe next week I'll do a radio show, and that's all I'll do, is I'll let people come on, because you can't, I can't email you. I have to ask you questions and we have to go back and forth. It's a series of questions I have to ask you to make sure either your birth time is right or your birth time is wrong. And then what is the birth time? And so 85% of birth time on your astrological chart, on your birth chart, birth certificate, are wrong. Okay. So, and I want to have a class on how to do that, but you got to have at least a brown or a red belt in astrology before we even consider that. Like if you don't know your foundations, you won't be able to rectify a chart. So people ask me all the time, like, where do I find that? Like, it's mouth to ear. The same way, how do I find out what Jasmine learned magic from? Her mama. Can you go and listen to what her mama was coming out from her mouth to her ear? No, you cannot. So that's a technique that we pass from one person to another. It's not a written down technique, but you got to know your foundations first. Yes, you have to get the candle. I would agree. I'm just going back and looking at some of
Okay.
the comments. Yes, so I think that's it for me.
Alrighty. Let's head over to Instagram real quick, Kyer, and then I can get back to what I'm doing because I would like to get to bed before 3 a.m. tonight.
Yeah, that's two of us. So somebody said when we purchase the candle, will I get instructions?
The instructions, actually, yes, you will. What I'm going to do, thank you for asking. That's a good question. I've been talking about this candle for several days, and I've been telling you guys how to work with it. If you're coming to tomorrow night's class, you will get a full instruction, but I may put up a short video here on my YouTube channel just explaining it and how to work with it. But the answer to that is you write a petition and you light the candle.
But see, actually, you've already done a video. So she gave you the instructions before you got the candle. So she made a video that's already on this exact same channel on how to use it. Now you just got to get the candle to go with the instructions. Ta-da! So all of you ain't gonna get a candle, and that's okay. I see somebody was like, oh, it's affordable because if it was $50, I wouldn't get it. If it was $150, she would still sell out by Saturday. At $33, she's gonna sell out. At $50, she's gonna sell out. At $150, she'll sell out. That's just the love that she's showing, and I'm fine with that. My teacher tells me I'm not charging up at $300. He looked at me and was like, I can't imagine you charging less than $500. That's what he said. He said, I can't imagine. So I'm really not. I'm gonna stop disrespecting him in January. You know what I'm saying? So
well, I'm with you. And what I say to that, when you invest into your spirituality, when you invest in your tools, the money that you spend comes back to you double and triple. I'm wearing a medallion that's more than my car note. I have books and a medallion on the way. I have invested thousands of dollars in my spiritual products. These candles ain't free. They ain't cheap. I burn candles 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. That didn't come from me penny pinching. And yes, I get it. Sometimes, people, you may not have it, blah, blah, blah. But you know why you don't have it? Because you don't invest it into your spiritual sense.
Yeah, and your spiritual teammates are watching you all the time, and you doing nigga shit. You doing nigga shit, and your ancestors is not with the nigga shit. The God, money angels, they see you with your nigga shit, and they don't fuck with you. Why would they want to fuck with you if you steal from them? You don't want to invest with them, but then you want them to fuck with you heavy. Why? That's just like, especially you ladies who out here and this dude want to get with you. But what do we say today? If you unemployed and homeless, then dating should be a misdemeanor. Nigga, you shouldn't be dating. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no job. What are you doing?
Or trying to do local sales when you ain't got no money for them. People buy, like you said, they buy Jordans, they get weaves, you buy weed, you buy alcohol, you buy pussy powder, but you won't invest in your spirituality, and then you wonder why you're in the situation that you're in. Priorities.
You want to do a binding spell on this nigga, and you stay with your mama. Come on now, don't do that. You want a binding spell, but you sleeping with your homegirl. You need to get a crib spell. Get a house fast. Get a house in 30 days spell. Talking about I'm gonna do a binding spell. It's ain't nothing nobody else's fault, man. No blame.
Or he's living with his mama.
Yeah, you want to do a binding spell on a broke dude. For real? What is that about? And Jasmine will get on a rant about making baby kids. That's where baby kids come from.
Don't get me started. Somebody had sent me an email a couple days ago about my ranting, that she was offended by something that I said. Well, it's the truth, and people don't want to hear the truth. If your money ain't right, you don't have no house, you barely got a job, you ain't got a car, but you chasing down somebody that don't want you. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to dressing these candles. Kyer, we go head over to Instagram, and I'm gonna see the rest of you who are serious about manifesting your best life in 2020 in tomorrow night's class.
Yeah, if y'all want to come over to Instagram, Jasmine, what's your Instagram channel?
At One Ritual Away. Go ahead and follow me, and make sure to please subscribe to my channel and like these videos so you don't miss any more of them moving forward.
Right, but I'm gonna be doing it from my channel because I put this on Jasmine's channel. So
perfect.
This one will be, mine is Coach Kair on Instagram. So just like you see my name on here, Coach Kair, just go type that in on Instagram. Let me get that follow. I might follow you back. If you send me a request on Facebook to be a friend, you know what you need to do? You need to send me a message first. And don't send me a message to my Coach Kair business page. It's Kair Carter on Instagram, because it takes me a while to see my stuff on my business page, because I'm not the best marketer, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a supreme hustler. But I just, some of those things over there, like my voicemail, texting me gets to me faster, and inboxing me on my personal page, Kair Carter on Facebook, works like supremely well. All right. So with that being said, we love y'all. We found somebody says, do the 2020 candles help for money, or should I get the money candle?
I would get them both. The money candle is a money candle. The 2020 candle is to set the intentions for the things you want to manifest in 2020, which isn't just going to be money. Yes, the money may support the things that you're trying to manifest, but what specifically is it that you want to see happen?
Hey, big shouts out to Who Stratton, says, I need that get me a house candle. Big shouts out to everybody keeping it 100 up in here tonight. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for keeping it 1,000. We hope you be in class tomorrow. You know what I mean? So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We found you in peace. We're gonna leave you in prayer. Y'all ain't seen my channel, this is how I do. We came in strong. We're gonna leave out peacefully. Now everybody take a nice big inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Another big inhale slowly. Exhale. Anabakor, Kijalaki Tatia Tezara, Kabel Renat, Amcha Sagvanu, Tahara Nunara, Nahagibor, Shea Yakadeka, Kababa Shamra, Barkam Town, Rakame, Tadika Taker, Tamid Gamlin, Kasin Kadosh, Bararu, Tufka, Nahel Ladateka, Yakib Gehel, Amchapanez, Okrea Katushka Taker, Shavata Nukabel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, Yodea Talamot, Baruruk Shem, Kovo Makuto, Alam Vae. All right, fam, we're gonna holler at y'all. Peace. Where is the